Good morning, folks. We're going to start by watching the last day on our star in a number of ways. She was active, firing, and we're just going to enjoy her beauty here to start, because we've got a lot to discuss today. Going to be glad you tuned in. Anyway, the two most relevant space weather events on our star in terms of geo-effectiveness were filament eruptions, two different filaments released on the south. One of them, having just crested the eastern limb, doesn't look like there's going to be an impressive CME from that one. The other filament that erupted came after having just passed center disk. Now SOHO isn't showing us much of anything from either of these, but we can just use our eyes here, and I'd strain to imagine a faint cloud of ejecta was not produced in Earth's direction. We'll see on Sunday if it arrives. Earth experienced a low-level radiation storm yesterday right as I was putting the final touches on the morning news video. It was not a major event in any way, and it was over in a few hours. The culprits were non-Earth directed CMEs that perturbed the interplanetary magnetic fields and surged protons to Earth. That's the static you see there. Also, the Earth-facing solar quiet hasn't let one of these come our way in quite a while, despite the weekly offerings to the rest of the solar system. The Earth-facing activity is puny by comparison, but still on a slight rise relative to previous days. This is being produced by a very large and somewhat complex sunspot group with a double negative umbral lead. The size of this active region would normally be producing M and X-class solar flares, not these ones 10 to 100 times weaker. The solar wind is increasing intensity as well today. We're seeing the start of geomagnetic disruptions with that, and some energetic flux in the local space environment. Of course, we've been eyeing this coronal hole coming in on the equator. Negative influence switches to positive, and the area we're most concerned with, right there, surged in power overnight, leaving me to raise the earthquake watch to high here this morning. We're seeing a swarm in the southern Atlantic as we speak, and we had a truly rare tremor hit Madagascar, and it's probably an Earth spot quake, as due north of it is the strongest storm on the planet. I must reiterate the cyclone warning for Yemen and Oman. Let's all hope for a lucky weakening of this system before landfall. Folks, it is an electric news day. Big news has come that 67P is too much oxygen. Recent discovery showing little ice on comet surfaces has confounded our understanding of massive water-laden comas. Well, now we know that that oxygen has not combined with hydrogen to form water over the years, and instead is in a constant water production process with the solar wind. That's exactly the star water hypothesis of the new electric universe theories. We're also getting news that models and observations suggest we're missing a lot of large exoplanets hidden in the dust around newly forming stars. We also have to chuckle as we read it as how they use gravity to try to explain how the disk looks just like a tropical storm or a spiral galaxy or the plasma clouds above an alpha-class sunspot. That's not gravity. Oh, and by the way, it appears that almost every star forms in this exact same fashion, same shape, which ends up having all the same gravitational problems in the rotation speed of the arms. Moving on to the latest space weather strategy from the White House. It is about what we all expected. Not too much to complain about, except that for the second year in a row they are not utilizing an incredible resource. Why not get the people involved? I think I know where they might be able to find a few willing participants. I must again thank everyone for the great comments you're sending in on the book. It is available at pretty much all of our websites, including suspiciousobservers.org, where you can also get tickets to Observing the Frontier, the conference. As the videos from Pittsburgh are being polished, we look ahead to Phoenix. Invite you to spend January 30th and 31st with us there, and the best time of year in the hottest part of the U.S. I'll also announce that Dr. Walter Harris from the University of Arizona, he's got the blue background, has agreed to speak to us on solar wind interaction with the interstellar plasma, and we couldn't be luckier to have him. We hope to see you guys there. We've got your pressure and radar forecasts in our top viewer locations, followed by global current conditions and shots of our star to close. It's 6:20 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Eyes open. No fear. Be safe, everyone.